So in my mind, the most important lane right now is top lane.
Uh-huh.
If I help top lane once, maybe twice, then I can return to bot.
Yeah.
I think mid is killable, but still top is the priority to get to. So like my thought process is I'm going to fast path the top. If Camille has prio, I will just dive Gwen, try to trade 1-for-1 at worst, or I will just pressure Gwen, make sure Gwen is being threatened. If Gwen gets prio, I will gank her. She's no ghost, no flash. Should be a pretty easy kill.
Did you ask
That's my thought process.
Do you know exactly the top lane matchup? Because it's really important you know exactly how top lane is going as well.
I think that's one of my biggest weaknesses as a player right now, is I'm not fully sure. I think in my mind this game, I thought Camille would get prio. That's as far as it can really go in a way.
Okay. I think it's just gonna depend, right? Because Grant can just start Q and just actually snip the wave and Camille together, and if Camille starts W, like that guy will not really. It's like pretty hard contester, right? But the most important thing is that you need to be sure, guaranteed, what you can get if you're pathing up. First of all.
Yeah.
Because if you're pathing up, and let's say I don't know, let's say Camille's just slow pushing but can't really trade, and there's not too much going on, then well, that kind of blows, right? Because unless you can dive 100 to 0, if Gwen plays normal, then it might not be that great.
Pretty hard.
And it was Ezra Karma, right? So and it's well Kane. So Kane for sure wants to
go top
the bot. Yeah, like he has no business top, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's why this game you need to be really sure, because otherwise you're just letting your bot lane getting fisted, like.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you know that top lane is not guaranteed, what you can always do is like potentially look for bot lane as well, right? Or just or even invade the Kane, because you talk about mid lane matchup, right? That is vulnerable. I think mid lane is like really gankable. You have LeBlanc Viego, enemy has no threat. So what you could easily do is like start bot and play to invade him with like mid lane just matching. And if Ezreal Karma has to follow you or like try to defend his camps, that's really good for your bot lane. So you could play like that as well.
Yeah, I think there'll actually be a pivot here in this game then. Thinking about it that way. Where I could have invaded his bot side with mid because my bot actually got prio too.
Yeah. They shouldn't get prio, by the way.
Yeah, they shouldn't, but like I understand like the idea of I can bring them over into the enemy jungle.
Yeah. So what you're doing is actually making sure that if any bot plays aggressive, you can potentially gank them. If they don't play aggressive, you can just invade. And on top of that, you actually have kill pressure mid lane as well. And it's a Kane, so honestly, even if the laners start moving, who cares? Like, you can always run to your mid lane and you will never die. Like, you should make sure you have like an exit point, which is like mid or bot. Like, if mid is push, you run to mid lane, bot is push, you can run to bot. As long as you don't get collapsed from multiple sides.
So, I think the most important thing here for me is understanding that if top's not guaranteed, I should not, like, I guess commit my entire path to it or my entire thought process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lane matchups better, that's like one. Play to invade if we're stronger and if you can escape mid or to mid or both.
So I guess if I'm thinking about this in like a competitive standpoint, like if I'm communicating with my top laner and I'm like, hey, like, can you make top volatile? Hey, like, I'm gonna path top. I don't think Kane will come. Whatever the jungler is, and like, can we try to dive top together as two? If I'm thinking it that way, like, is it still an okay thought process to go for the top dive?
That is fine to go for top, yes. But like,
if
that's why I asked first if you knew for sure. Because if you knew for sure, okay,
right.
Matchup goes like this, then okay, sure. But if you're not sure, then you're just oinking, and
okay, I see.
It's more about that. As long as you know for sure that you can like trade and have big wave and you can dive him to 0, and I'm pretty sure you can dive him. Like, worst case, you dive him in 2 tries. Like, Camille tank first, reset, then you tank, and he's gonna die for sure. With like a good stacked wave.
Yeah.
So you can even ask your top laners, are you familiar with like 4-wave dives?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
So like hard push first 2, and then on the 4th wave, just like, you know, the 3rd wave you start stacking. So you can actually clear more camps. You can do that as well. Okay, I just want to see, okay, the guy's pathing bot side. So here you're going for the dive, okay. Okay, one thing that is pretty important here, it's actually important. So usually I don't focus too much on micro, but the thing, since you're challenging to play competitive as well, is actually important. So If you're going for dive here, right, and you know Kane's bot side, what do you want to make sure you're doing here? Instead of
Is it my
oinking?
position?
Yeah, your position. What could you have done
Yeah.
here?
Gone behind the Gwen?
Yes.
Yeah.
You actually wanna just tank the wave and then walk
Yeah,
behind him.
pull it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I okay, so is it just a general idea? Like if Kane cannot be here, the enemy jungler cannot be here, then I have the luxury to like pull the wave and kind of just go behind the
Yeah,
enemy top lane or the enemy laner. Okay.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, that
And
makes
as
sense.
well, the thing is like in this case, okay, the wave's gonna crash, but like it's pretty close anyway, right? And
Yeah, it's close.
and by
Yeah.
this as well, like it's still a little bit annoying this because like the minions are
It's a
low-key
wave in front of
blocking
me.
you, and
Yeah.
you're gonna take aggro as well. Yeah, it's pretty easy dive. Just make sure you're always aware of like who's gonna tank. I mean, you play competitor, right? So like whoever tanks, and just ideally, let me see if you just execute it properly. Yeah, it's fine. Ideally, though, usually it's like you channel W, and then he's gonna choke, and then you. And so,
Yeah.
but on top of that, if you actually tank, the minions can never block. By the way, imagine you're actually tanking. There's no way the minions are gonna block. In this case, he's just like hooking Star pretty hard, right? So,
Yeah.
but he could decide to play mini wave too. Okay, you're basing instantly. Let me see about that one. Hmm.
Yeah, my thought process here was I wasn't entirely sure if everyone's fully recall here or not. I think I still thought like, hey, bot lane wants attention, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go straight to bot. But I realized I like kind of didn't farm camps for a while.
Yeah. In
Um,
early game, unless your bot lane really needs you, it's just
yeah,
better to take your top side camps and then base, and then your bot side camps are gonna respawn, right? Instead of doing this. You usually do this if you're like super low and
yeah,
it's not
there's
an early
HP.
game anymore, but you're now super healthy, bot lane's fine, and there's not too much business here on the bot side. You just want to make sure you're on time when you after camp, which you would be anyway, so if you'd clear all your camps. Because now it's just awkward,
So,
right? Because your camps are not respawning, bot lane has nothing to do, and bot scuttle's gone. So this is just hoping they're inting.
yeah,
And on top of that, if you actually show yourself here, it's not so good. I hope you're not showing, at least. Ooh,
I think.
oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
illegal,
Yeah.
buddy. Woo.
Okay, I see.
But you know why
Well,
that's
okay.
illegal, right?
Wait, the Kane spotted me on Krugs though a second
Oh,
ago.
did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
Okay,
here.
okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Okay, okay.
But the general idea of not showing it makes sense. I was much better at that before. I
Yeah.
kind of like dropped the habit. Okay.
Because the reason why is because imagine they actually don't see you, right? I mean, it can
Yeah.
happen to see you, okay? But I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
still show for fun sometimes.
Yeah.
The Gwen would be fucking sweating because technically you're still
Yeah,
topside,
that's
right?
true. Yeah.
And his wave is pretty dog shit.
It's coming back. Yeah,
It's
it's
slow
coming back
pushes
and
towards your
forth.
top laner, so that guy needs to crash the next wave. But by you showing it allows him to like be okay. I guess I can crash the wave, you know.
Right.
So just be aware of that. I mean, I'm not sure if you do this usually, but um, yeah, you probably get the concept, right?
Yeah, I get the idea. I get the idea.
Yeah. Okay. The little karma come in hot. Okay, let's watch this crap. I'm just looking at your pings. Give me one moment. Okay, so you know you wanna go for the bot crap, right? But did you know that up for sure? Because you saw Kane, right? Okay,
Yeah, I saw
cause
Ken.
okay.
I check his CS.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I thought
Do,
he was honestly done with Vaster. I was planning to just do Raptors here.
do you know if he has smite or not though? Cause
Well, no, I don't. It's not guaranteed info.
okay. Because if you are planning to contest, just make sure you're pinging laners in your face. Because I mean the thing is that they have bot lane priority here, right? But ideally you still
Yeah.
wanna like ping your Senna that he's aware of like that you want to go for the crap. Because I'm looking at what you're doing. You're not really pinging. You're just pinging question mark. What does that information tell your laners? Question mark.
I mean, nothing.
No,
Pretty much.
nothing really, right? So
Yeah.
if you already know you want to go to river and potentially fight him because you know you're stronger, start pinging your Senna in his face assistance
Okay.
right
Yeah.
now. Because him catching 4 XP minions, honestly, I don't think that matters. I think your crap
Doesn't
matters
matter.
more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can even ping your mid lane like assistance because
Well,
you want him to hover your side. Look at the
yeah.
position. He's actually
He's
in the middle.
yeah. If he's on my side and he doesn't use abilities possibly as well, he'd
Yeah,
be here with spells.
yeah. So,
Would you ping like the river or like on their character?
I would first ping the river on the
Okay.
way, and then I would
Okay.
ping interface. What do you need from them exactly as well? Because that's like more specific. They look at me, okay, he wants to go river, then you ping interface, then they get what you mean, you know? Because
Okay.
look at your
Makes
blank
sense.
actually. Like if you actually didn't use spells and hover more bot side,
Yeah.
I think this guy actually would not even
This
walk
guy's
back.
yeah.
And if you send a move like a little bit earlier as well, I think this would be
Yeah, this
fine.
is a free fight. Yeah. And at this point, like they're already here, and that Karma getting stunned is
Yeah.
like game over for him. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're playing for just mid lane crash, honestly. You're not even playing for the crap here. But at this point, it's not even good fighting. Do you know why?
Good fight. This is just. I mean, I have all my camps up, so that's one thing. I'm losing time clearing camps now. So
Mm-hmm.
any play in the top side
What's
or
what's the other reason that's like not good time to
oh
fight? There's like one really important reason as well.
I mean the Blanc. I mean their Vex got a reset, and now LeBlanc is like, stuck on the map.
Yes, the game's over now, buddy, for mid lane. If he has no
Well,
TP,
yeah,
his
he's gonna
game's actually
TP. He's
over.
fucked.
His game's
Yeah,
actually over.
his game's fucked. Yeah.
So you actually need to consider
Hmm.
not just yourself, you need to consider laner as well. So before going river,
Yeah.
there's probably three things, which is one, paying your laners what you want. Number two, look at lane status if it's good for them. Because I think as a jungler, whether it's competitive or solo queue, if you actually want to be the best, you need to know as well a bit what's good and bad for your laners.
Right.
And I think LeBlanc has no TP. I could be wrong. But yeah, I guess this happened to work out, kind of. But
Kind of. I don't know. It was just a weird ass scrap.
yeah, it was a scrap,
Um.
yeah.
I guess the question I have is like
I guess
how
TP.
how oh he does okay nice.
Yeah,
But,
just chilling.
how do I manage like I mean maybe I'm thinking it's difficult, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, like focusing on my own path, like collecting all the info from lanes,
Mm-hmm.
seeing what's good or bad. Like I just feel like sometimes I struggle with maybe it's collecting like the information, like
Mm-hmm.
assessing information correctly with all three
Yeah.
lanes. Um, is it just something I need to just keep training, keep practicing, like
There should be certain
watching my lane?
triggers, which is
Huh.
like, for example, if you look at so after this play, right?
Yeah.
When you're basing here, you should already be looking at bot lane.
Should be looking at the bot
You should
wave,
already
right?
and mid lane. Just pay attention,
Uh-huh.
okay? Mid lane is low, bot lane wave. Like, let's see what information you're actually getting, okay? That's solid information. Yeah. Did you see what it was?
No.
I didn't. I hope you did.
I didn't. I mean, not
Okay.
really. I saw the HP
Oh,
a little
nah.
bit.
Okay, like,
No, never mind. No, that's cope.
dude,
That's cope.
bro,
Yeah.
that's cool. What the fuck are you saying here? So, okay, so one,
Okay, I got nothing.
you got nothing. So, what's going on
Uh-huh.
mid lane? You got nothing there either. No, dude, you don't even see
Mhm.
the enemy wave. Or do you? On bot? Okay, you do, I guess. It's like slow push towards your ball lane, so you're chilling. Okay. Now, the mid lane information, what should you be getting? I'll just pause. Your mid lane. Okay, actually, here actually missing crucial information, which is that this Vex needs to push out this wave. It might take some time, and you having LeBlanc Viego. This
Yeah,
guy is
this
maybe
guy
not.
can be dead.
Can be dead, yeah.
If I deploy straight from base, if he takes like a little bit long to clear this wave,
Yeah.
yeah, he's dead.
And I don't know if you made a scripting pot. Okay, it doesn't, but you could be looking for these things, you know, instead of like. So it's information that you're like seeing, I guess, you know.
You,
So
you mentioned
here.
like triggers, so it's like recalling and stuff.
Oh,
Like
sorry, this is a trigger. So basically, you should know that if you saw mid lane, you should know that this Vex is probably not gonna stay.
yeah,
Like very likely is gonna base. So that means that your Blanc is kind of like a little bit later. Like
hmm
personally, if you look at the situation, I already know that Vex. I mean, your LeBlanc can TP back, right? But Vex would be like slightly faster if your LeBlanc doesn't TP back. But now,
right.
also by looking at mid lane, you know, okay, LeBlanc stayed, which means his tempo is fucked, but he's green for the wave. So all of this comes from earlier, like looking mid lane wave. Okay, Vex is probably gonna base or hover bot, whatever the fuck, but really down tempo. You should already be aware of that, especially when LeBlanc goes for one more mid wave like that. So now after this whole fiasco, right? Vex came back, you should already be aware that, okay, once again, mid lane conditions, not
Or
bad.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're down a
down.
whole buy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And conditions.
so yeah, there's like multiple occasions where you could have been aware of that, but probably just didn't look right. So, okay, let's go to the next thing. So for example, here, top lane, after this fiasco, you are looking at top lane, right? Okay, slow push. But you're probably not going to be able to make it. Are you making it? Okay, surprisingly. But are you doing this knowing that Kane is around as well? Because this is super important. Yeah. Okay, I mean, as long as you're sure that you can dive, even if Kane's around, then you should go for it.
Yeah, I thought I mean I don't think I would do like unless I'm playing like Sejuani with something. Like I mean I'm Viego, so I thought it's like fightable.
That's okay. Because sometimes laners mistake when they have like winning lanes that you should go for a dive. Yeah. You know, when enemy jungle can behind, then you're just AFK. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good then if you're sure of it. Okay,
I put a lot of trust in my top winner. It's revenge, so.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I want to see. Okay, so right now, what are you playing for? So, you watched the previous video, right? After you get a kill or whatever the fuck, you should be aware of what you're playing for. So after you get these, right?
Yeah.
And you get even the raptors, you should always be asking yourself, what do you want to play for next?
Yeah. So I think I did it a little late. I think I tried commentating on the game, like, and at blue buff, I was like, okay, I don't care about dragon. I want this Rift Herald when it spawns, so I want to clear my bot side and go top. I don't need to rush to top. I don't need to be at spawn because they can't do the Rift right away.
Yeah.
Because I'm much stronger than top side, so I was able to do Krelix as well.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was thinking of just doing Rift Herald.
Okay. Okay, good. So you know your plan. You know you're winning top side. You want to play for Rift. So all this is good. So what's the most important thing you are focusing on right now? Because right now it's really good to look at each single lane, but are you processing this information? This is the most important thing. So really good. I think you should definitely play for the Herald. You want a full clear. So top lane indicates a slow push, right?
Yeah.
Mid bot lane is there might get frozen on, or they're even getting ganked actually. I guess they're getting ganked. So like one thing. The mid lane is fine. Top lane is slow push. So these are the things that are super important because, okay, so imagine you're even playing a team environment, right? Like, does anyone care about you full clearing? No one actually cares, right? Like people say, who asked? The most important thing is, like legit, like what are you playing for? So if you're calling right now, okay guys, let's play for the Herald. Your laners are where, okay, my job is to try to involve myself on the Herald and be safe, right?
Yeah.
That is their job. So your job is to make sure that your laners are as well like chilling. And since laners are focusing on laning, you're like so AFK that you can easily look at lane states and know enemy jungle position. Because look, think about it, right? You killed enemy jungler here. I know at the moment I'm really sure that you're really focused on, okay, what am I gonna do? But the most important thing is, well, what is the Kane gonna do? You literally took his full top side.
Whole top side, yeah.
What does this guy have to do on top side? Like, your top lane came from base, and yeah, exactly. Like, you're literally
just gonna do bot gank,
yeah. So I'm sure in this moment you're just focusing on your play. I'm 100% sure you're like, okay, nice, holy shit, reps up, let's go. But now, you know, which is fine, right? But now Kane respawn, he'll be ball lane in around 30 seconds. So at this moment, it's still fine because you're taking the camps, but after you took it, you really, 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 really have to like look at bot lane. Because now comes a point where you can micro your bot lane by telling them, hey, hard push your fucking wave. If you slow push that, you're doomed. Because, well, Kane takes 30 seconds, right? So, okay, look. You look at bot lane, but I want to see if you actually pinged. Wait. Okay, now for example, the wave is not that great, right? But they can for sure hard push it. So if you push, sorry, if you ping now under the tower, like push, 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 Kane has no more play.
Yeah.
Your bot lane gets a base, they're safe, they get good items, they can come from base into mid lane, get full control. It's GG well played.
Yeah.
Did you see? At this moment, you already had your game plan as well, right? But probably a bit too late. But look at your bot lane. They did crash the wave, but look at what they're doing. They're in the enemy tower. Like right now, you should be pinging them. Care. Don't fucking push. The wave is perfect. just chill. Because you won't be bot lane. Because when
Yeah.
you know what you're playing for, the last thing you would want is your laner saying, I have a slow push, we need help. Right? Like, that just fucking blows. And yeah, right now they're just pushing, so it's like, it seemed like they were gonna push. But they're completely fine. Till I don't know what the fuck they're doing actually, because like, oh yeah, you see, they just fucking push like apes.
Yeah.
And enemy can even hold the wave here and then they're just doomed. So it's important. I'll just write it down. So one, you know what you play for. That's good. Now number two. Meanwhile, what does enemy want to do? I mean, if you watch this, it seems so fucking obvious that you're thinking to yourself, it's so obvious. And yet you're not communicating this, right? But this is pretty easy to fix as long as you are conscious about it. And every single game you're playing, that you're thinking about these small things. Because jungle is not just like having a good game plan and knowing what you're playing for. It's as well denying your teammates in solo queue. In competitive, hopefully your teammates are going to be aware of that. But even then, I think in an ACL level, you still need to like be aware of those things. Hey, ganking a bot, and then your bot lane with that information will do the right thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if you're doing this already. Like, hey, Kane can only go bot, but this is what should be called. Kane can only go bot. He has no topside camps.
Right. I guess the question is like if bot is in a really bad state, like HP is lower, wave is like still pushing into us, and they can get dove. When would I recall? Is it after the crab, after the raptors?
Now you just base.
Or
You would base after
stop
crab.
now? Yeah.
Yes,
and then run to bot. Okay.
Yeah, then you just take Crux, take river control, give them base, ask Millie if you can push and hover if you're like doomed 3v3, and help them. And then you can just path to our stop side.
Okay. I guess that's the part I'm missing. You mentioned after the Krugs, try to get river control and help them crash their wave. Makes sense, but I always forget that.
Yeah. I mean, if they're really fucked, you know.
If they're really, yeah.
If they're really
Okay,
fucked.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because now, like, your game plan is like good, you know, but it's just that Kane, his only play, he's someone managed to kill her bot. But he managed to try to do that, and your lanes didn't die, and you full cleared FF really fast. So, okay, so I didn't watch this, right? But I can already tell what's gonna happen, literally, by just looking at the waves, okay? So, base right now, you are hopefully gonna base. After ball lane's chilling. Okay, the guy's top side. He's chilling as well. I hope. Oh, he's not chilling or what? Ah, his flash. Okay, and I guess he's chilling and killed Camille. Okay, well played to that guy.
Yeah.
But wait, he just killed bot lane now, or when was that? I guess it's base
Yeah,
and then straight top lane.
I think it's something I could have pinged as well though, because Kane did his bot camps with the timing, and he's obviously just running straight to top. So I could have like spam pinged my top laner as well.
Yeah, but he's smurfed, so all good. And you killed the enemy mid lane here. Okay, perfect. Okay, free Herald here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pretty sure it's free Herald. Your Camille can TP back or whatever the fuck. Okay, you're fighting that dude or chunking him. Okay, you're probably.
My idea here was
I'm just looking at this one. A bit. Where's enemy lane? He's dead. I think you can look for this. It's okay. But one thing you should try to do though is try to like tease him a bit more. Just cue the red buff here and pull it towards the bush.
Oh, even more. Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can just cue the red buff and pull it towards the bush.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna move to you, but what are they gonna do? Gwen has no ult. You have E. Sure, you don't have flash, but I think they can never kill you. If Karma moves to you and you survive, and look at bot lane.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I really wanted Karma to come. What's happening bot?
Yeah, just pull it through the bush, and this guy will open. And Karma's then gonna come, and then what's gonna happen? You can run to the Gwen. This guy can't even kill you. You can chunk him on top of that, and then get out. And then they fucking open. Like, what do they do? So you remember the game plan I told you about bot side early from invade? As long as you have an exit plan. Your exit plan here is the Gwen. He has no ulti. Karma collapsed from bot side. As long as you keep her into our top side, you're gonna be fine. If you can play like this, enemy is gonna say enemy Jones faker, guys. GG well played.
Yeah.
Because realistically, they're just gonna get super hard fucked. You pull the red, can't face check, they don't have vision on you, you press your E on Baron Pit, you chunk the Gwen, his laning phase over, he can't get a reset because you win 2v2. Bot lane's fucked, Herald is yours. It's just open. But yeah, you should maybe run a little bit earlier though if I look at it, but it's still okay.
Yeah.
And here you just hit this guy.
Hit him. Yeah. I was too scared, but yeah.
Hit him like Q auto, W auto, and then run.
And then
keep,
run away. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely fine.
You could legit fucking drop him so far.
Yeah.
Q auto W would be whew. And then just keep running while he hits you, like pop, 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 you know. And then the guy's like, fuck.
Yeah.
That was not worth it, guys, you know. Ooh. Just a small thing. You remember what I told you about pathing? The exit plan? This is not a good exit plan. In this case, it might have worked out right, but the thing is that you want to exit always where you don't get collapsed at, which is top lane. Like, I'm not sure if Vex is, but if Vex is, let's say, closer, you're... And maybe if they played better as well, it's not that good, maybe? Because you have no flash and ult, maybe... It depends if Vex is. I mean, in this case, you're okay. But just keep in mind that you always want to not get collapsed on, ideally.
Yeah. Yeah. So... I guess I was trying to run to my Camille, in a way. But I said, like, doesn't really change anything.
Yeah. It doesn't, because the Karma wouldn't be able to hit you at all here, even.
Yeah. I should just run top, okay.
Yeah. But by this finish, you could actually legit win a game. I would be so tilted if I was Gwent, like, you know.
Get chunked, so yeah.
And then stop him shit as well, needs to ask for help, and you know, like, meanwhile, bot lane, open please. But okay,